been very excited. I've been very, very excited, been highly anticipating a bout that's coming up. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Some of you may have not known that this was gonna happen, but in case you didn't, Mike Tyson is gonna box Jake Paul, and I'm excited more for the spectacle than the actual fight. I don't know what's gonna happen in the fight exactly, but it is one of the wildest encounters of two people punching each other that you could have ever imagined. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, a star, a bona fide star globally of the 80s, fighting one of the most popular influencers that the modern era has to offer. And it just feels like somehow the 80s are fighting the 20s. Do you know what I mean? Like Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Feels like Sylvester Stallone versus Liam Hemsworth. It's like, you're just kind of like, what? How? How are they even close enough in age to have anything to argue about? This is crazy. If you don't know Mike Tyson, I know that some people are too young to have like really watched him fight. I'm too young to have like remembered those fights live. Some of them I wasn't even around for, but I watched the tape and it's devastating. Mike Tyson is one of the most bona fide terrifying people. You know what I mean? Some of the things that Mike Tyson would just say, I'd be like, oh, to even think it, you must be willing to do it. Do you know, like there was a press conference one time where Mike Tyson was sitting there and he's like, this thing, I don't think these guys understand. I'm not here to just box. I'm not here to fight or anything. I'm trying to take their health. Sir. The question was, what has your preparation been for this match? Mike Tyson he's like an embodiment of like everything like fierce, violent, and dangerous in one person that also very much loves birds. And what's wild about Mike Tyson is that from the time that he was young, right, to present, he had taken a genuine, not only interest, but maybe an obsession with the way that the world works, understanding oneself and understanding the world and how who you are applies to the world, right? So he said some of the most fascinating things around Alexander the Great, around conquerors, around kings, around how to win a mental battle as well as like a physical one, how war works. He has such an understanding of the world. And then he says other things. Other things that are so scary that you're like, sir, just shoot me. Don't want to have to deal with this, you know? And a lot of it bleeds together because it's not my time, right? I'm not like from that era, but you watch these old compilations of press conferences and interviews and post-fight interviews with Mike Tyson. I was scared for the reporter. Because you have a man who's been training to basically kill a man with his fists, even if it took him 12 rounds, and it took half of one. So by the time you interview him, he's still got a lot of energy. There was one time they were trying to interview Mike Tyson after a fight. They're in the ring with him. They're putting the mic in his face and everything. And he's so amped and he's talking. He's like, y'all don't understand. Like, I'm from Sonny Liston's cloth. I'm the most fierce. And he starts describing not just who he is as a boxer, but his training and everything. And then at the end of it, he goes, I don't know, man. What? And I think if I had been the reporter, I'd also be like, nothing. I didn't say anything. Don't worry about me. Mike Tyson press conference was a master class in psychological warfare. He would say things that had you thinking like, oh man, this dude's like out of his mind. Or this dude really wants to kill me and I don't know him. That's gotta be tough as a fighter, to sign up for a fight. And you know we both fight. But one of us loves fighting. And we both like it, that's why we do it, and we're both good at it, that's why we do it. But one of us is so excited to hit, they don't care if they get hit. It's a very different person. Do you know what I mean? Even when you're mad, even when you're angry, and you're like, that's it, let's fight. You're trying to get the aggression out, and you want to hurt the other person. And yeah, maybe you're willing to take a few punches, but you aren't in a fight loving getting hit just so you can give a hit. It takes a different type of person, and Mike is a different type of person. You know? When you look at where Mike Tyson comes from, it's astounding that he made it to where he was. You know, Mike Tyson comes from Brooklyn, was in Bed-Stuy, and then at a young age moves to Bronzeville, and it is devastating because it's not the Brooklyn that you know now. You know what I mean? Like there were no cupcake shops. It was Brooklyn in a way that was, let's say the property would be cheap, all right? Like if you were trying to buy, all right? Devastating conditions. And he talks about it. He talks about how there was just, you couldn't even go to the bathroom inside sometimes where they were staying and stuff. And all that stuff can make a hardened person. Because he didn't just have to live in certain conditions. He had conditions waiting for him when he got outside. He talked about it. He had to fight. He had to fight all the time. He had to be ready to be tough all the time. People will test you all the time, right? He talked about his first fight. Because like I said, Mike Tyson loves birds. It's truly one of the sweetest things about him. It's one of the things that like gives you a glimpse into the humanity of a person that's only known as being this fierce beast, right? Loving these birds, being gentle with them, caring for them, spending time with them, you know? Really taking care of them. And when he was a kid, there was a kid who took his bird. And he was like, give it back, give it back, give it back. And give it back, I think give it back genuinely in the way that a kid is asking you earnestly from the bottom of their heart, no, please, give it back, right? And that kid killed that bird in front of him. And then Mike Tyson, I'm assuming, killed that kid because he at least let him remember what would happen. And Mike would get into trouble, and it's easy to say, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do this, right? All those things can be true. Obviously, you shouldn't be robbing people, you shouldn't be selling stuff, you shouldn't be out here with these people who are on a bad path and everything. But when you have what looks like no other option from those things, how can you expect someone to just know? You drive down the path that's been paved, you know? And so he ends up in like detention centers and stuff like that. And at one point, Mike Tyson meets Customato. Customato sees him, and immediately he knows. He knows this kid is special and he's different, and not only just because he's built different, not only because he's big for his age, there's just something about him. And he gets the opportunity to like box a little bit. He goes to the gym, he's hitting bags and stuff, spars a little bit, and Customato sees in something in him. And after sparring, you know, as the story goes, they ask this kid who's just sparred with some grown men, "How old are you?" And then Mike goes, "I'm 13. And then these grown men look at each other and go, "This nigga at least 30. Like, there's no way." You better put a 0 behind that 13. That's, what? 13. And Customato, to my knowledge, actually adopts Mike Tyson. Takes him into his home, right? Not just to train him, but to care for him, to love him. You know? Because all of this energy, all this fierce potential can really go somewhere if you nurture it, right? And then under Customato's leadership, Mike Tyson does become as fierce of a person as Customato thinks he can be in the ring. And Cus believed in him before he believed in himself. I think that's why their friendship, that mentorship is like, when you see it, there's something special about it. Because anyone who sees anything in any of us and pulls it out of you, right, just with their belief, that's a very special thing. And the only people that wish Customato hadn't done what he did are probably Mike's opponents, because Mike would have fights that were so damn fast. You can see it even in the video, even in some of the amateur fights that were actually on video. You can see in the opponent where they were like, "Does he have a hammer? What is he doing? That really hurt." No. And then Mike gets older. Mike becomes world champion. Youngest world champion, right? In there with a boxer with real experience, who's also a special fighter, right? But Mike hits him in a way that maybe he's never been hit before. And if you go back and you watch the video of this knockout, I shouldn't laugh, but Mike didn't just knock this dude out. Like, he didn't knock him out cold, right? This dude gets knocked down again, and he's trying to get up, and you can tell that his body is like, "Dog, we done. Don't. No. You know, like when you're in a bar fight and your buddies hold you back? That was that guy's whole body. Like, you can even hear the announcer be like, "Oh, he's fighting to get up, but his body won't let him," because his body is like parts of him that didn't get hit. This dude got hit in his head and the chin, and even his feet and his knees and his hips were like, "Look, if you ever want to speak to us again, don't stack us up on top of each other right now. You need to sit down." And then Mike Tyson becomes world champion. He becomes everything that Customato thought he could be. He becomes everything that he knew he was, right? It's a beautiful moment. And then it's important when you think of Mike Tyson to understand that Mike Tyson is America. A lot of Mike Tyson's story is how America works, right? There are parts of this country that if you travel to, you'll think you're in another country for how poor they are, how broken, the conditions that people are living in. You know, it looks like the developing world in some parts of America, and we don't like to talk about it. We especially don't like to take care of those people because it means we have to really look at ourselves to do it. But there are people that come out of those conditions that build themselves up into something that no one else could have imagined based on where they started, right? Mike Tyson is just like America. Mike Tyson is fierce, fearsome, you know, incredibly violent. People in other countries look at America the way that we look at Mike Tyson. Genuinely, if you travel, and I mean really travel, I'm not talking about just go to the tourist spots and the places that are popular to go. If you really travel and you know world history and you go to a place and you ask them about America, right? A country that we've attacked before, you know? They look at us like we have a tattoo on our face. Mike Tyson builds himself up, and he doesn't just get the world championship. He has some very, very impressive fights where you can average his whole fight time out to like maybe a round and a half. He's beating people so fast it's actually upsetting the crowd. I know people who paid a lot of money to go to a Mike Tyson fight and went in the bathroom at the wrong time. Sit there the whole fight card holding it, and then you're like, oh, he's only walking out, I got a second. And then from the bathroom you hear, oh. You're like, oh no. I mean, then Mike goes down a downward spiral. He loses Customato. He loses this person that was a mentor, that was a friend. You know? And he tries to find his way, but he's still very young. People forget how young he was when he was Mike, when he was Iron Mike, and he was fearless and he was undefeated, and starts, getting lost in it. And he'll tell you that. He's talked about that. He got lost, right? Goes to jail at one point. Like, this dude is on a dark path, And even, this is attributed to Mike Tyson. I don't know if he actually said it like this, but he was like, I was a baby, and you gave me millions of dollars to punch people in the face, and you didn't think this was gonna go off the rails somehow? Like, you didn't think that this was a bad idea, maybe? No. That's who's fighting. This guy who's relentless, So much fear. Imagine you're in the ring with Mike Tyson and he won't stop staring. Just the face-off, just watching the face-off, you would see it in his eyes. He's like, I would very much like to hurt someone today. And legally, it's you. And he was fast, and his movements were jerky, but they were quick, and they clearly hurt, because some very big men did not get up. He would hit people so hard sometimes that you'd be like, I think that guy's dead. And then he'd twitch, you'd be like, he's all right. That's who's fighting. And then you have Jake Paul. One thing people need to understand about Jake Paul, if you don't, he's very much, we are in Jake Paul's time. Whether we like it when I say that or not, he's having his Mike Tyson moments right now. World famous around the world. People tune in from around the world. They watch his fights, they watch his YouTube videos. This dude is a true bona fide star, right? And we can argue about if he's as popular as Mike was back then and why the internet is different, but he is very popular. And he loved boxing. He feels like boxing saved him. That's something similar that he has with Mike, because this kid, he got a camera from his dad, him and his brother, when they were young, and it was to film themselves while they were doing football so that they could improve, right? Which I don't know how that works. I don't play enough football. Like, if I did that and tried to tape myself playing football to improve, I think I would just be like, this is where I got hit. And this is when I hit the ground. I think that's all I did. I don't know was that right? Is that how you do it? And so him and his brother start making videos, like little YouTube videos, whatever. They're putting them online. They're getting some looks every now and again. But then Vine came out. And if you don't know what Vine is like TikTok granddaddy. And they start making Vines, and they get very popular almost overnight. They are huge on Vine. Everybody thinks they're funny, and they love to follow them. They want to know what they're doing next. They're getting all this money, endorsements, everything. At one point, Jake Paul is on the Disney Channel. I don't really know what he was doing, but it was quick. And then they start posting on YouTube, and they start getting millions of subscribers on YouTube. These kids are bona fide popular, and they understand something that maybe the rest of us just don't, and that's why they are where they are. They understand internet culture. They understand marketing and business. They understand the way that the world is turning, right? And it's the age of the influencer, right? And A lot of people want to be influencers. Some people don't want to be. You can accidentally become famous, and that's a terrifying thing. You can become famous in a way that you really didn't mean to, you know? You're just living your life. But somebody puts a cell phone on you, or you don't know you're in someone's shot, and you trip weird, and you go, and now you're, like that's who you are as a guy. And then people see you in the world, and they're like, hey, we love you, dude, we love, that's our favorite. Man, keep killing it, dog, keep killing it. But before you know it, just one thing, just one meme, just one moment catapults you to this level of fame that no person can be prepared for. Whether you're Mike Tyson in the 80s or you're Jake Paul now, people don't understand that like fame that you weren't even trying to get can mess with your mind, right? And so Jake Paul was on a dark path as well. He was probably headed for a bad place, and then he started boxing and he loved it. And boxing to a degree saved him. And so he's out here boxing, you know? And at first he starts fighting like YouTubers, like fellow YouTubers, because that garners attention. Because sometimes you see two people who don't like each other and you're like, man, it would be kind of funny if they fought. And this is the thing about us. We as people love a fight. Whether we like to admit that about ourselves or not, we love a fight. I've been walking down the street and seeing kids on the park sinking threes from far away, Steph Curry level, right? And I'm like impressed, and I maybe watch him do two more, and then I'm like, he's getting it in. He'll be fine. But if I see a fight in the park, I stop. Because I'm wondering, you know? But no, we're in this age where I think people sometimes want to be famous more than they want to do something. You know, and that's where you get some of these things, some of these imitators of Jake Paul, of Logan Paul and stuff like that. There was a kid whose story, like, it blew my mind. Basically, there was this kid doing these pranks, and they were like barely pranks. It was just being obnoxious. It was just being like horrible to people and messing with people to try to get a reaction out of them. Because not only are we the new like influencers, everyone, all of us, all the time, it could happen to any one of us, but because of how people become influencers, because of how people get popular, they are our paparazzi now. You're just living your life, but now you're in someone's video and they're trying to make you act a certain way. That's not what we signed up for, you know? You should at least be rich to have that happen. And so this kid was making this video, and he was messing with this guy in the mall, and he was following him around. And he was just like, not just being annoying. He seemed like to also be intimidating him a little bit. And he was really following him, trying to get him to answer some question or something. And finally, this little guy, he's like a very small guy, and he did not look well, right? He finally goes, stop. And then he pulled out a gun and shot him. And I am praying that's not him. This dude pulls out a gun and he shot him. There's this loud bang in the mall and people start screaming and running and everything. But from the vantage point of like the person who, because he posted it himself, the kid, the influencer who was making the prank video, posts the thing and he's coming at him and the guy's like, stop, bang. And then as soon as you hear the bang, this kid, the prankster goes, oh! And to be fair, there's no cool way to get shot. But he goes, oh! And he hits the ground, and that guy walks off, and obviously he gets arrested and everything. They explain the situation. I believe he got released. And then this kid goes to the hospital. He's fine, right? He's fine. He got shot in the side, and he's fine. But when they ask him about it, they ask him how he feels about the fact that this thing happened. Like, is it change how he's gonna make content? He got more followers from it happening because he got on the news and people wanted to see the kid that got shot, and they wanted to see the other stuff that he did. So he did get more popular, right? And they wondered how he felt towards the gunman. This guy shot you and you were being annoying, but did you deserve to be shot, right? And then this kid sitting in his hospital bed, his dad, by the way, is furious. His dad is like, there are people saying my son deserved to be shot. My son's just a kid, right? And this kid sitting in his hospital bed, when he's asked these questions, goes, it is what it is, dog. Like, which I can't tell, is that a good attitude about it? But it lets me know it's not just a few people. It's not just a few individuals. We're in an age, and it's an age of if I can be popular, maybe I can be safe, maybe I can be liked, maybe I can be something, whatever it is. But it's apparently worth being shot over for some people. And make no mistake, Jake Paul is America. I don't know how it feels to have me say that, but Jake Paul is America. A lot of what America embodies is what Jake Paul is, right? America is business, usually business first. We can worry about being a country later. It's business, and it's fame, and it's money, and it's influence, right? You go to some of these backdoor meetings that some of these world leaders have when America convinces them to do something. We don't know how they do it. Maybe it's with money. Maybe it's with other things. Maybe they're like, hey, look, we'd hate for something to happen to your whole island. Influence. See what I mean? And so now you have these two boxing, and people don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, there are people that want Mike Tyson to hurt Jake Paul very badly. And then there are people who just want to see a fight. They just want to see what it would look like. You know what I mean? They just want to see what it would look like if, like, that guy from The Breakfast Club fought Timothy Chalamet. Like, just... They just want to see two generations go at it. You know? Because let's be honest, it's an odd fight. You know, Jake Paul has fought former MMA fighters, he's fought former NBA players, he's fought YouTubers, he's fought one established boxer, maybe two pro boxers that I know of, right? Because I don't know his entire record. But he said that the thing that made him do this, the thing that made him push for it and create it, was he did some ayahuasca. And when he did the ayahuasca, he said he saw himself fighting Mike Tyson. And if I'm being honest, taking ayahuasca and seeing yourself fighting Mike Tyson sounds like something Mike Tyson would say doing ayahuasca. Like, I could more clearly see Mike Tyson doing ayahuasca, and he's like, I saw myself fighting Jake Paul. I don't know, man. I had to think to myself, you know, if I did ayahuasca and I saw myself fighting Mike Tyson, I'd probably have to sit back and be like, maybe heroin's the answer. Like, I don't know. This ayahuasca is not it for me. No, thank you. You know? And so, as soon as he had that vision, though, he put it into motion. And that's the marketer, that's the businessman, that's the promoter in Jake Paul. He saw this thing and he had to create it. That's also America, by the way. You go to other countries and you're like, oh, I have this big dream of doing this thing. A lot of countries are set in their ways, right? America is properly crazy. we'll let you do anything, fundamentally. And so now they have a press conference. They're together, and Jake Paul's very good at being the heel, you know what I mean? But it's hard to be the heel when you're fighting Mike Tyson. Like, people might be booing you, but he's saying truly upsetting things. Mike Tyson was in a press conference one time, and he was like, look, all I want is for his kids to be watching us fight and see me beat them so bad that they're like, Daddy, no. Hearing Mike Tyson quotes out loud genuinely makes me want to learn Tai Chi. So in case I ever come across Mike Tyson, I can look like I'm about to fight him while also backing up. Like, and some people think that the fight's just a spectacle. Some people think it's a real fight. There are kids who think Jake Paul's got to beat Mike Tyson, right? Jake Paul's a great boxer. Let's see it happen. I'm so excited to see Jake Paul whoop this guy. There really are both sides to this thing. And it's going to be on Netflix, which who knows if that's a mistake. Do you know what I mean? Who knows if they fight and then one of them dies and we're just sitting there like, so... Are we accomplices, or just sitting there, stoic, don't know what to do next, and Netflix is like, are you still watching? Not now, man. You know? And it's a gamble as well. It's a gamble. Is one of the biggest gambles we've seen, because Mike Tyson is, to some degree, putting his legacy on the line. He's one of the most fierce fighters that's ever lived. People talk about Ali and Tyson. When they talk about boxing, they don't really know anything about it. You know those names. And then Jake Paul's putting something on the line, too. It's like, I had this idea, I had this dream of fighting Mike Tyson, and maybe I'm just out of my mind and I'm going to be hurt very badly. And Netflix is putting something on the line because it's like, will people watch? Will someone die? It's a genuine gamble. And if America is anything, it's a proper gamble. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we do. I don't know. I admire an aspect of what Jake is doing, because Jake loves boxing. And no one will probably ever give him credit for it, but he is revitalizing a part of boxing. People talk about boxing a little bit more now because of the popularity that he brings in, the new kids that he brings in, and he's putting himself on the line because he loves boxing. And that, to me, is wild. Like, I love hip-hop, but I wouldn't try to battle Kendrick Lamar. Like...
Hey, what's up, everybody? How we doing? Yeah.
It's late on a Wednesday and y'all don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Unemployed audience. Yeah.
Y'all really don't care. Like, it's like gonna be midnight by the time you get home.
Don't tell them that now. They're gonna leave.
No, they won't leave. They already bought the ticket.
Oh, that's fair.
They're gonna sit here and enjoy the show.
By a real quick, round of applause, who listens to the Josh Johnson Show, the podcast? Who?
Wow.
Okay.
That's like everybody.
So that's mostly, and then for the rest of you, clap if you've never listened to it before. Okay.
There we go.
It's hurtful that one of them is a very close friend of mine. That was actually quite hurtful. He was the loudest clap. That's very hurtful.
But it's good to know where we stand.
Yeah, because last time, we did it last year, and we came out and started talking, and then we asked that question for who listened to the podcast, and most didn't clap. I'm like, okay, cool. I love knowing a room has no idea who the fuck I am. So I wanted to really, they knew him and not me.
No, it happens. They know me, but they don't know that I do a podcast, which is what I actually spend most of my time doing. It's like... It's like when someone gets to know you real well, but then they're like, "Oh, you like act?" And you're like, yeah, that's what I've been doing. How do you think I make money? And then they're like, I didn't ask questions. You're like, what the fuck? You don't know me at all, you know?
Yeah. By the way, no, this goes without saying, but that's Josh Johnson right there. Make some noise for Josh Johnson.
How you doing? This is also my co-host, fellow stand comedian, Logan Nielsen. Give it up for Logan. Hello.
Make some noise again for Nico White, too. Thank you so much for coming out, man.
Pleasure to be here with y'all.
It's on Netflix, and you just released an album not too long ago, right?
I just released an album. It's called Marcellus, Marscellus. If you think you like me, go check that out. I think you'll like it.
Go check out his shit. Go check out Nico's shit.
So, we had you on not just because you're a hilarious stand-up. You also have a story, and
yes.
we love stories. And so I just want to get right into it because I would love to hear.
Let's get right into it. So
right.
When they invited me on, they said to bring a crazy story with me. So I bought 2. I'm going to try to keep them quick, but y'all bear with me. I'm long-winded, okay? So we'll start here. First of all, never underestimate your opponent, right? When I was in 7th grade, I got bullied bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about, and my bully was a short dude named Corey Beckett, right? I'll never forget this shit. And he's, like, to describe him, he's the type of short dude that you could tell lost their dad because, this ain't a black thing neither. This black or white. Them niggas always got these eyes all the time. Like they looking for something far off in the distance, nigga. That kid, you know that kid, that little motherfucker. And he was
they're looking for a dad.
They're looking for a dad.
Yeah.
And
Is that him? Oh, no.
No, nobody's him. They never find him. His eyes never open. They're cursed like this. So, this is the person that I'm dealing with, right? He's fighting demons that I can't hope to be a help with, right? So, this is 7th grade. This little motherfucker, and I'm not a punk, and this is the biggest thing about this shit, is that I'm from Harlem. I'm from the projects in Harlem. I fought my whole coming up, you know what I'm saying? But I went to school in the Bronx. This little motherfucker hung out with a crew of like 25 people, and I'm an hour and a half away on the train. I'm like, if I fight him, I'm gonna get fucked up before I ever make it home, right? So one day, he punched me, right? And I had like friends, well, my friends are nerds. They ain't with none of this fighting shit. We trying to play Yu-Gi-Oh! So, nigga, he knocked Dark Magician out of my fucking hand, bro. You'll never understand the frustration. Yeah. That little motherfucker hit me, right? And that day, I was like, all right, I can't keep putting up with this shit, right? Because I'm gonna end up hurting this motherfucker. But what could I do? So I cut school, right? I cut school for like 33 days straight because I didn't want to deal with this shit. Now, at the time, turn that off. At the time, I'm trying to open up to you motherfuckers. I don't usually come down this far to Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? I came down here to see you motherfuckers on the Josh Johnson show. Turn your phone off. I'm fucking with you. So I cut school for 33 days, and I didn't have any cool places to go, right? But at the time, my grandmother was older, and she was sick, so we had an apartment in the Bronx. My mom was at the apartment with my grandmother in Harlem. So what I did was I had a PlayStation 2 Slim. That shit could fit in a book bag, right? I went and got a copy of my mom's key for the Bronx apartment from the hardware store. So I would just put my PlayStation in my bag, and instead of going to school, I would go to the Bronx to our apartment and just chill out, right? She didn't come up there because she was busy taking care of my grandma and figured I didn't have a fucking key. So I did that for 33 days. Well, see, ACS has this thing where if you don't go to school for a certain amount of time, they will call Child Protective Services. And them motherfuckers sent a letter home. So I had to go to school now, right? So I go back to school. I'm like, all right, I've been gone for a month and 3 days. That's enough time for this little motherfucker to forget about me. Sure enough, I showed up. He bullied me like we just met. And I'm talking about, bro, like, it was to the point where that motherfucker was talking about he had a weapon and shit, all this, right? So I was like, yo, all right, I'm done, right? I'm done dealing with this shit. So now, the reason I said never underestimate your opponent is because you never know what people are thinking. You never know what people are going through. I told you I grew up in the projects in Harlem. One thing that any of my friends that know me from back then would tell you is that Nico's favorite hero was Wolverine, and he meant that shit. That's a quote. I'm telling you. My boys will tell you that I used to carry a knife, right? So I know you hear about like mass shooters and all that shit. No. I don't got time or the wrist to hold a gun. But that little motherfucker, I got so tired of that nigga, I said, all right. tomorrow, I'm gonna put a stop to this shit. Wolverine style. Yo, I shit you not, bro. I watched X-Men 2, X Unlimited, back to back. Just watch Wolverine stab motherfuckers. Because I was like, I'm going to come in, I'm going to, shh. Yeah. This might be morbid, but I ain't do it. It's all right. So, but I'm telling you, I was going to...
Listen here, bub.
I was going to skewer this motherfucker. And yo, like Wolverine would talk, I swear to God I was going to dialogue with this motherfucker, like, want to dance? Like, oh, I couldn't wait. I was going to stab the shit out of this nigga. So my preparation for school was usually like, you know, when I was cutting class, was like, all right, I'll put the PlayStation in. Man, I went and got the longest fucking butcher's knife in my grandma's house. Now, the butcher's knife was about the size of Corey. You know what I'm saying? And to this day, I hate short people because of this little motherfucker, bro. Like, you family. But, like, outside of that, man, if you any shorter than Josh Johnson, don't even fucking talk to me, bro. Don't talk to me. If you have children that ain't, like, taller than you, don't have them talk to me. Stay the fuck away from me.
Could I ask what the logic behind the
No, you can't say
no?
shit, white man. No.
Okay.
Now,
I do feel blessed to be the line.
yeah, man.
Oh, so he can talk. Okay. That's all right. No,
Now
that's
you
fine.
get the picture.
Okay.
I'm fucking with
I'm
you.
also
white man.
editor
I
of the
think
fucking show, so we'll see if this
you
gets
can't
in.
edit this out live, nigga. I'm fucking with you, Logan. So, wait, Wolverine's real name
Oh,
is Logan.
suddenly I'm fun to have in the story.
Fuck it.
Oh.
So now, I put the knife in my bag, right? So the knife is so fucking long. I had an Adidas book bag, little drawstring shit, right? So the top of the knife, like the handle, was hanging out the top of the shit. And I was gonna kill this nigga. So I go up to school, right? So I go up to school and like my friends ain't really seen me in a minute.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
everybody happy and shit. We talking on the line and I got that knife in my bag, like I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. Poke that nigga. And look, I was gonna do it so cold because I was gonna do it and I was gonna leave. Like swear to God, I was gonna walk right up to him. I don't give a fuck people so and I was gonna twist it. Oh, I was gonna twist it. I was gonna twist the shit out that knife. Man, I get to school, and, you know, maybe it was meant for me not to do it so I get here in front of you guys tonight. And I say that because as soon as I show up to school, we sitting out front, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, this 7th grade, so for that class, they would have teachers come down if you got to school early enough. And we sitting there, and one of my friends goes, yeah, man, you know, they got metal detectors in there now. I said, what? He said, yeah, man, they got metal detectors in there now. I said, they detect metal? He was like, yeah. I was like, well, I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. I gotta go, right? So because I couldn't bring the knife and kill this nigga, I decided not to go that day, right? But then as I was walking away, I was like, well, shit, I already came here, so I may as well go inside. So I went, stashed the knife somewhere, whatever, and I got in school. So now I'm sitting in school, and you know how your teachers send you to get something? Mm-hmm. So I go to the principal's office to get something, and they ask me what, you know, been keeping me from school so long. I'm making up some lie. And then they said, you know, we had to have metal detectors put into the school because Mr. Baskin, I'll never forget it, motherfucker said, because there's another kid in school named Dante that showed up with a gun to shoot the motherfucker that I was gonna stab. I was gonna put that little motherfucker in dirt, boy. But thankfully, none of that happened, and I get to be here with y'all.
Yeah.
So that's one of my stories.
Give it up for Nico.
Yeah.
Yeah. God damn. Wow.
Yeah.
You gotta be a real bastard to be stabbed or shot, depending on the person.
Yeah.
That's somebody who, especially since you said he was short, it's like a classic bully, too. Because you know those bullies that are short, but then they got two big friends?
Mm-hmm. Yeah!
But then you wonder why the big friends are listening to them. You're like, you're big enough to kill him.
Napoleon, bro.
Yeah.
It also shows his ability to multitask, because he bullied 2 kids enough for them to want to murder him the same day.
Yeah.
No,
so that means he was really equally fucking with these 2 kids they were just like, today's the day in unison. Like that
means that he didn't learn shit. There was no time to learn in between all this bullying.
Yo, he ain't no math, he ain't no nothing, he ain't know where his dad was. It was hard for him, man. And the little nigga thought he was a preacher too, because you remember this is like 06, right? So this is or it's 2005 going into 06. So this is when June 6, 06 was the thing. And I guess his grandmother or something went to church a lot. This nigga was in the classroom, and the trumpets are gonna blaze. And then the last thing we gonna see, he was doing sermons and shit. And I'm like, but you're the devil himself, bro. Yeah. Sit the fuck down and stop scaring me in this fucking class.
It's always the kid like least likely to go to heaven.
Boom. I wonder if he dead yet.
Does he not have Facebook?
I wouldn't look up that shit. I'm Josh. You don't know, bro. I like people like that.
Yeah.
I'm all for growing and like surpassing things. With you, but man, him. Hey, I don't wish bad on nobody. But man, I don't wish no good on that motherfucker. Ah, man.
It sounds like you actively pray against him at night.
You know what? I wouldn't actively pray against nobody. Because God would tell me, I'm from one of those families. But if anybody ever, I don't know how long it take prayers to get answered. But if them shits got to go to a certain part of the universe, I prayed a long time ago. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in the next couple of years. That motherfucker get into a car accident and it combust. That was all me. He passed on some X-Men shit. That was all me.
I love when our podcast becomes evidence.
Yeah.
Always makes me happy knowing that this will be
like
played in
he's
front of a
towing
court.
the line, though. It's really on the line,
It's really on fate if we get honest.
because you really can't prosecute prayer, That's one of those things where you're like, I very much hoped this would happen, but I was not there, Your Honor.
You know what, though? I shouldn't put that energy out. I really don't hope anything happens to him. I hope wherever he is, he's free, he's safe, and I hope he found his pops, man.
Yeah.
And he killed him. I was running away! Bye-bye!
There's a hip-hop song called 24 Hours to Live. There's that line. Y'all know 24 Hours to Live. Fuck it. Song by Mace.
It's all good. Mace is probably the crossover between this demographic and Mace is probably pretty slim.
Swinging them and hitting them.
Yeah. The Venn diagram is barely a line laying over.
You're not wrong. Shit,
Yeah.
they
Whatever
know
happened to
song.
Mace? Is he all right?
He's all right. He just put out this song against Diddy recently.
Recently? Okay, so if you don't
Against
know...
Diddy recently?
Yeah, which is...
Didn't Diddy's life go against Diddy enough?
Yeah, I don't really get Mace's whole thing is that way back in the day, Diddy had all of his publishing, and so he gave him 10% of his own publishing, but he also had the master. So then Mace made almost no money off of all of his music, which was selling worldwide. So he has basically the same gripe as any other artist.
Quick survey: who's picturing Mace Windu right now from Star Wars? I just wanted to check. See a couple of knowing smiles. Okay, just wanted to see who was.
If you don't know who the rapper Mace is, just imagine any barber.
Yo, fuck off, nigga.
Mace has one of the least recognizable faces I've ever seen in my entire life.
Nah, bro, I'm from Harlem. I can't let you do that, man. Hell no. Mace looked like every nigga that in the 90s, you could tell wasn't the fighter, but wasn't the super corny dude, looked like Mace, man.
Yeah.
They had something way too shiny, fucking waves in their hair.
Yeah.
And they'd fuck your girl on occasion. That's Mace. That grimy dude that when he gets caught, he moves away.
Yeah.
He left Harlem because of that shit.
Yeah.
Supposedly. I was 3 years old. Fuck do I know.
But yeah, so he's very upset with Diddy, and then he finally made a bunch of money. I had to be doing something else, had to be doing something not rapping, and then offered Diddy to buy all of his artistic license to all of his work back, all the intellectual property, and then Diddy said no. And then and that was last year, and he did this whole tweet about it, explaining everything and how the record contract that he signed was horrible and exploitive. And then this year,
In the music industry?
Yeah. Like,
What?
Like, I can't think, if you need any insight on Mace's career, the lateness with which he has done this is like kind of indicative of his music as well. Like, it's like he is using a time machine wrong, you know? Like, he's like, I gotta go into the future to warn them. It's like, oh no, that's not how it works. You're supposed to go back and, all right.
Family, thank y'all so much for letting me spend some time with
Thank
you.
you,
Josh.
Josh.
Oh, you go,
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Yeah, thank you
Thanks so much.
much.
Make some noise for Nico White, please.
Make some noise for your host.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Yeah, it's.
You want to scoot over a little bit so now we're just not weirdly, just you and me over
yeah,
here?
I can scoot over a touch.
There we go.
This week has been a bit wild for me because
Oh, now I'm far from my drink. I
Did
have
it
to
to
be very
yourself.
careful with this table.
how full is it? Oh, okay. The week has been wild because I don't know if anybody else saw this, but Uber Pool is back. It's called Uber Share now. It's under a different banner. It's called Uber Share because, like I was saying before, with the evil of a corporate mind, they have brought back Uber Pool. But back in the day, Uber Pool used to just let you have the price for the pool, and then if no one else hopped in the pool, you would just get that price because you were willing to be taken out of your way. Now, with Uber Share, it seems, I don't know if I have this right, but it seems that you're really just getting an Uber X, and the price only goes down if someone else gets picked up, which is not up to you, right? So you could pay full price and just make it home with a regular ride, or you could get 20% off because other people got picked up.
What a shitty lottery.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be
I hope
like,
someone gets in this car. Like that sucks.
I really hope I get taken out of my way from home and someone coughs all over me. That would be the dream. And so
For $2.
for two,
I hope I saved $2 to catch something. That's what I...
for almost no difference. And so basically, I was taking an Uber Share because I was nostalgic of the time before COVID when strangers would ride in cars together and ignore each other. And so I take this Uber Share, and we're doing pretty good. It looks like I'm not going to get the discount, you know? Getting almost all the way to the bridge. I was at the stand. I'm getting back to Brooklyn, where I live. And before we get there, the driver turns around, and he's like, hey, are you picking up a friend or something? It just changed the thing on me. Like, is this you? And I was like, no, I didn't add a stop or anything. It's Uber Share. Like, so I just started explaining Uber Share because he didn't know what it was. He was like, what is this? Are you picking up your friend right now? Why is it changing the directions on me, right? And like, his English is good, but I'm trying to make sure I'm being
His
very
English
clear.
is good, but the concept is stupid. So it's like, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's kind of what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah.
the concept is so dumb that I'm like, I need to explain this so clearly because there's no language barrier here, sir.
And I'm sure
this doesn't make
he's even
sense.
probably just like, I must be missing something.
Yeah.
Here. I must be.
And so
there must be a term I don't know.
I like fully explain it of just like it's back, like because he hasn't been driving for Uber that long, so he doesn't remember Pool. So then I had to explain Pool and then Share, and then and this is all while we're driving. He's looking at me too much because he really wants to, instead of just using the mirror to look up at me from the mirror and in front, he's fully turning around.
Oh, that's good.
At times where we're not at the red yet. Like he'll see it turn red and be like, so what were you saying? And so that's happening. And then we finally stop. We get to this cross section for the pickup, and this always happens. It happened with Pool. It happens with Share. It's going to continue happening. But the person opens the door on my side. And anytime that happens, it's so little. It's not worth getting upset about. But what's so annoying about people that you share an Uber with is they will just really want to get in from the side of the door that they open. And so then you have to move, but you're like, you didn't look you also ordered this thing and didn't look to see
Well,
if
they
anybody
probably
else
thought there was
already
the,
in.
like,
You know what I
surely
mean?
no one will be in this, and then
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
They maybe also didn't know.
So then my man opens the door and he's standing there with a woman behind him, and he's like, for Miguel? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, so you get...
Your name's Miguel too?
And I'm like, yeah. And then he's kind of just, he feels like he's opened the door for me. He's waiting for me to get out, but I'm just sitting there. And then he's like, for Miguel. And I was like, yeah, but it's a Uber share. He's like, I order Uber X. And I was like, yeah, but you ordered Uber X share. See, it's confusing because they kept the X in there. And then the driver joins in where he's like, yes, they kept the X in there. So it's actually... So now both of us are explaining this to him and his date who are standing outside of the car. And finally, he's like taking it all in. And he turns to her and he's like, I thought it was an Uber X. Like, because it's so clear that they're on a date. Just like their body language. And then he looks at me, he's like, would you mind sitting in the front? And I'm like, the front? And then he gives me this look that, like, is such a... It's so purely like a guy thing of, like, help me out, bro. Like, he just says it... He literally just says it with his, like, pupils. It's not even an eyebrow thing. It's not an intimidation. He's not being rude. He's literally just, like... Like, it's like... It looks like he's looking at someone pointing a gun at him, because it's like he just sucked in a little bit of air and he was like, and I was like, yeah, sure. So I get out and as I'm opening the front door, he even pats me on the back and he whispers, he's like, thank you. And so then they get in the back and I'm sitting in the front and I'm on my phone anyway, so I really don't care. I'm not like stressing it at all or anything. But as soon as they start talking, the nosy bitch in me comes out. And so I immediately hit pause on the music that I'm listening to.
Oh,
because
for sure.
it's like, it's so clearly a first date. And I can't tell if they're still on the date. Like when they get in the car, I can't tell if they're heading somewhere, like he's picking her up.
Oh, if that's the start, that's a rough start.
Yeah,
that's
I can't
a rough
tell.
start.
I couldn't tell at the time if he was picking her up or if they're leaving a restaurant, because it was in
Right.
a part of the city where there's just, lots of apartments over restaurants.
Yeah.
Right?
Because if it's the start, she's already thinking now, like, well, I'm at least paying half.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And then it which really
This is
cracked me
Dutch
up as
at
well.
best.
It also cracked me up so much because my man it says it again at some point in the conversation.
I have
where
money.
It's like, what? No. He's literally just floundering at one point, and he's like, "I thought it was an Uber X." Like he keeps inserting. He will not let it go to everyone in the car that he thought it was the regular Uber. Like he can't handle it. And so then. And so then they start talking. This is so painful. Okay, so he is coming out the gate with like, it's not a shitty bravado. I want to make that clear. It's not like this person does not seem like a jerk to me, right? But as he's talking, he's like, yeah. So what do you like to do? Like he's so clearly nervous, which is very sweet as
Ride
well.
alone in cars.
Ride alone in cars. I'm sorry that I messed that up for you.
It's my favorite thing to do.
And then she goes, I love theater, right? And he's like, oh man, I love theater too. Like theater is amazing, except for musicals. Musicals are annoying as hell. Like musicals, just like, I don't know. There's just something about them I can't stand it. And then she goes, I was actually a musical theater major.
I'm in the Music Man right now.
And so I'm like, I don't know what to do with my body so much, so I'm just looking out the window now. Like my head is on the glass, and I'm breathing through my mask so hard that I'm still fogging up the window a little bit. I'm just like, ooh, that's not a great start, you know? Because the car the car is not taking off yet. Like, this is just he's
I'm sorry,
getting-
what? The car's not taking off
No,
yet?
no, because he's sitting down, and now the driver is trying to figure out who's getting dropped off first. So he's just looking at his Waze app.
You guys haven't fucking moved yet?
We haven't moved yet.
And he found a way to fuck it up in that time?
And don't get me wrong, this is all of like 30 seconds. So that thing, like, they sit down and
That
he's
also
like,
makes
so
it
what do
worse.
you
He's like, oh, I can't believe it. This is an Uber X. I fucking hate musicals.
Yeah.
Like, what a... That's a
happened.
lot to cram in
It
to a
happened.
short amount of time.
It happens so fast, and then we take off, and none of the conversation is like ideal. Like none of it.
Not after that.
None of it is going well, and so because then he even tries to save it where he's like, oh, so like what were you in, you know? And then she starts listing these musicals that she did wherever she's from.
Right.
And finally she hits one of them, and he's like, oh, I love Come From Away. And it's like, it's too late, bro. Like, it's
Yeah.
you're not saving it now. And then they kind of like move on from that. And there's a couple of like pauses. And anytime there's a pause, I just get back on my phone. Like, it's not that interesting, you know. But then he'll say something like out of a pause, he'll be like, so you have like a favorite food or anything? Like, what do you really like?
What a great question to ask on a date.
And this
it always
is-
has places to go.
And this
Yeah.
is how I know where their like,
Oh, perfect.
date is
Okay.
at.
Yeah.
Because he's like, so what was your favorite, like your favorite food and everything? And she's like, Peruvian. I told you that at the Peruvian restaurant. And at this point, I can't even breathe. Like I'm like so stressed out for this man and this woman in the back that I'm like genuinely in my head. I'm like, I should be back there. Like that would have broken up the
Yeah.
tension. If I was even sitting in between them, that would be better than
Yeah,
what's happening
yeah.
right now. Like he's just been left to his own devices, and it is fucking his world up. Okay. And so it's so bad. It's so bad that the driver starts turning up the music so that nobody can talk. Like, 'cause the entire time I'm forgetting that the driver must also be getting so uncomfortable right now that he's like, I would rather blare Dua Lipa to the point where all of our ears bleed than to let this man hang himself anymore. This is horrible. And the music's playing for like maybe 3 songs.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, he's kind of like, hey, could you turn it down? To which I'm sure everyone in the car in their head was like, don't make us do this.
Come on, man.
And then he's, you know.
You got show tunes?
Yeah.
I love musicals.
I love musicals now. I just want to save it, the date and everything. And then he.
Peruvian musicals. I love them. Put it, if you have that, please.
And then
I thought this was an Uber X.
And then he turns the music down a little bit, and the guy once again is like, yeah, you know, I thought it was an Uber X. Like he says it.
Oh, he does it again?
Yeah, he says it again. He's saying it throughout the whole drive, like too many times. And then we're in Brooklyn now, and we're heading off to drop, you know, them off first. And this next part is technical, okay? Because I can understand the dance that was happening. When you order an Uber X, you can add or change a stop, right? So I understand what he must have been thinking, right? And if I have it right in my head, what he's thinking was the perfect way to play it. But we get to the stop. It's not my stop. They're stopping at her apartment. And so car stops, and she's like, I had a great time, and she goes to open the door, and he's like, oh, I was wondering if I could. If I could, you know, come up, we hang out a little bit more. And then she goes, oh, I had a great time and everything, but
Can I be honest? You looking at me and saying this feels like you're breaking up with me.
Yeah.
And it's palpable enough that like this situation sucks.
It's so painful, and me and the driver made eye contact. Out of the side of our eyes, because we were like, oh. And then he was like, hey, yeah, I'm not, like, I don't want to be weird or anything. It's just I
love you. Oh, shit.
When it's just when I put the address in, and then she was like, yeah, sorry, maybe I gave the wrong impression or something, but I'm gonna go up and maybe we can talk again or something. And so she closes the door, and it's just the three of us sitting there. And so he's like, he looks at me. He's like, thanks for sitting up front, man. Like, and I was like, oh yeah. I mean, I really was trying to make it better. Like in the moment, I was trying to keep it light, because this person is clearly devastated, and that's very embarrassing. Because he made some missteps, but once again, he did not seem like a douchey asshole, right? And so I was like, I just as a joke, I was like, yeah, I mean, if only you could come home with me, you know what I mean? Like. And then
that is not what you said.
Yeah. And then he opened the door, and to himself goes, I thought it was an Uber X.
Well, that's better than can I?
But yeah, it was rough. And then I didn't know what to do, so I just stayed in the front with the driver for the rest of the time. And we were both just airing it out. Like, we were both just
you guys just talk about it?
Yeah,
then?
we talked about it.
Absolutely,
How could we not talk about it?
I know, yeah.
He was like, I couldn't believe, and I was like, when he sat down. Because the reason that I bring up the dance is that he is like trying to, I guess, I'm assuming, like, pay for things, show his interest and everything on the date, right? And so he's getting the Uber back to her apartment. And she also knows he's getting the Uber to her apartment. She's not like wondering where they're going. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a whole different problem on a date.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like if
take me to question mark.
If the date is over and your date's ordering the Uber and they put your address, you know that they're getting the Uber for your place, you know what I mean?
Right.
When it's an Uber X, you can add a stop, which means if she didn't want him to come up, he can now just add a stop to his apartment and head home. But because it's Uber share, you can't do that. So we drove off from him just sort of standing on the sidewalk. And I was
in
like,
front of her place? Or
Yeah. Ordering another Uber.
That's not good if she looks out the window.
Yeah, no, it looks horrible, but it's
she
like,
looks out, oh God, he didn't go.
I mean, he basically doesn't exist in the car now because he's supposed to get out at the stop he ordered.
Yeah.
And so you can't add a stop, and so what a shame. Yeah. No, it is. It's just sad because if it was an X, he could be like, "Oh, okay, I read it wrong. Let me add a stop," and then he goes home.
Right, yeah.
But now he has to get out. He can't come to my place.
Right.
And he's not
even though you invited him.
Yeah, even though I invited him, but he's not.
He could have.
But he's not supposed to be in the car anymore, so he has to get out. And so but then the driver and I were just like, oh. Then the driver was also like. The driver was also like, when you're on a date, just say nothing. And I was like, wow, that is, in a weird way, better advice. I understand what he was trying to say, where he was like, man, in this whole situation, I would have just said nothing in the car.
Or at least not have such hard opinions. Like, that's the thing, too.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, musicals. I fucking hate those. Oh, what? Like, don't come out the gate. You got to be kind of in the gray area until you know. But it's especially too like, I'm not saying he's trash or anything, but he's clearly has wild misguided confidence to just assume he is going to her house when clearly learned nothing about her on the date.
Well, that's also what I was thinking, where I was like, how did... I'm so interested.
He maybe did say nothing on the date.
Yeah, I wish I could go back in time and be in another, like not doing the show I was doing, and then just be a fly on that wall.
Yeah.
Because I guess this is my thing. The date seemed, at some point at least, to be going well enough that I actually think he was about to come up with her if he didn't say the musical theater thing.
If it was
because
an Uber
think about it. If you're on a date with someone and you've given them your address, they're on the way together. He didn't order her an Uber and then get a lift for himself. They're both in the Uber going to her
Which
address.
is frankly 20 times funnier. That on the ride to her apartment.
That's what I'm saying.
Is where he fucked it up.
That's what I'm saying.
That's so much funnier.
That has to be what happened.
If she's just like, I like him a lot, and you know what? I never do this.
I'm
going to invite him up, and like, there's another guy here. Huh.
There's another guy here, and I hate what you do. Does that make sense what I'm saying? That is, they were definitely about... He messed it up at like the 90%. He was so close.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
What a shame. So then, a different time now, we're talking about pre-pandemic, when I took one of my favorite Uber pools. So people, especially in LA, would give me trouble all the time. They would always like make fun of me for taking Uber pools all the time because I would leave early. I would leave early just to take the pool, just to have the padding, instead of just getting an Uber, right?
Right.
And I don't know. I just usually did it to like have experiences and meet people and stuff.
Yeah, that's a weird thing about you.
Well, I'm just saying it was like
No one else here relates to that.
All right.
I take him because I like making friends. Like that's it's.
Yeah.
Now it's like if the $2 off is not guaranteed, never fucking doing that. I'm never.
Sure. This is my thing though. So there was this one time. And it just felt, it felt very special. Like, I think the word might be serendipity. There was a time where I was taking an Uber pool after a show to get home. And I get in the car, and we immediately get the name and where they are, right? And so the guy drives there. It's actually pretty close, like 5 minutes away. And he drives there. And he's circling the block, and then he finally just stops. He starts calling them. Every time he calls them, they pick up, and you can hear a bunch of noise, but you can't actually hear them. And so he calls like 3 times, and then he circles the block one more time. But now it's getting to the point where he's tried to pick them up longer than I've been in the car, you know? Because this is also, because back in the days of like pool, they hadn't solidified how long drivers were supposed to wait yet.
I like that you keep saying it like it's been 30 years. Like, back when we could pool.
Yeah, I'm just saying for context, they've changed the app a lot in the time between. So
yeah, no one knows they're taking them now.
Yeah,
even the driver.
No, it's chaos. And so it got to the point where I was like, you know you can move on if you don't. Like, if they're just not going to come, like, we should probably go.
He's like, you're not my fucking boss.
Yeah. I mean, I
work for you.
I'm not even telling him in a way of, like, can we hurry it up? Because he's the one getting frustrated. I'm just like, hey, you've done everything that you could. You know, you called 3 times.
Right.
You've driven around the block several times.
Mm-hmm.
I have been in the car for, like, 7 minutes. Mm-hmm. Just us, and you've been trying to pick them up for like 8. So this is wild, you know?
Yeah.
And also the drivers will get penalized for like canceling rides and stuff. So he didn't want to cancel on them, and there's no like distinction in the app for how long you should wait.
Right.
And so finally he drives off, just cancels on them, keeps going. We get about maybe 2 minutes away, and we get pinged again for another pickup, and it's the same guy. It's the very same guy, and he's in a slightly different location. So he's like a couple blocks like west of where he was supposed to be. And
He got scared. He thought a car was chasing him.
yeah.
Oh, no!
Why won't they leave me alone? And so this time we picked them up easily. They're like right on the corner, and it's a couple, this guy and this woman, and they get in the car and they're next to me, and it is amazing. They're very drunk. They're the best way to put it is that they're deeply drunk. Like I don't even know how
I
you
fucking
get it.
hate musicals.
Yeah.
Do you like food? I like what we just had.
They are so drunk, and they are going at it in a way that is so funny, where they are arguing.
Okay,
but it's
so
like
going at it could mean two different things.
yeah. But it's like at first I thought they were arguing for real, and it's not. They're like playfully roasting each other.
Okay.
But they're very drunk, and they're taking it way too far. Like so this dude, and I can tell from them walking to the car that this dude has a little bit of a limp, right? And she lays into it hard. Like she's drunkenly like, you should probably have like a cane or something. Like,
Jesus.
It's like relentless, okay? And it's actually, a lot of it is actually pretty funny. Where she was like, if I pull on your right leg hard enough, will it be the same size as your left? Like it was just like, it was like nonstop, right? And then it's to the point where I think he's gonna get upset, and he's not. He's just like laughing, and he's like, oh, my leg been like this from childhood. And I'm like, he's actually making it worse when he describes it, but that she doesn't really connect with it in that drunk way, so she just keeps going. So she's like, well, did you like step on your first step when you were little and then just walked away? Like, did you not couldn't even it out? And then he finally goes, he's like, how about we leave my legs alone for a second, talk about your fucked up ass teeth. And he lays into her teeth hard. She's like, and it's funny because they're both laughing. It's like at no point, it's so tense. Like the driver and I are trying not to laugh because we're like, any minute now, one of them is gonna go too far, right? But then even when
will they get pissed off if we laugh at it? Like, are we not a part of the joke?
Yeah, like, are they talking like we're not here, or is this for us?
Yeah.
I can't tell.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, okay, what's wrong with my teeth? And he's like, honestly, I don't see how the fuck you chew, all right? I made you a sandwich yesterday. Your bite mark looked like a boot print. And they just kept laughing, and it was so funny. And the driver, the driver lowered his window to quietly laugh out the window as we were driving. And I was like, man, pool is the best. And then the pandemic happened.
So we've only got a little bit of time left, but should we open up the mailbag quick? Yeah, they like it.
There we go.
All right, so I definitely want to at least get this one in here because this one is from Ray, who I believe is here. Ray, you here? Here. Okay.
Hey. There we go.
I was about to be like, well, I hope he fucking bought a ticket. I hope he's at least missing out. No. Hi, Ray. How you doing? Awesome. Well, thanks for
coming.
Thanks for sending an email. So I'll read out what you sent here, and then maybe we'll have some follow-up questions if we need to.
Okay.
So this is it says, "Cheers, J-Lo."
Okay.
That's us. We go by
J-Lo
sometimes. We don't in the world.
Yeah. But we're much less famous, J-Lo.
Now you said J-Lo there.
I was hesitant to say J-Lo. We
you thought we said it 3 times, we'd summon her?
Sometimes I wonder if J-Lo listens, and so I just want her to like us, and I don't know if we. What did Ray say?
Wouldn't that be great if she was listening?
Wouldn't that be great if she was listening? Like, why are they using and then we just get a cease and desist.
The most confusing cease and desist
Yeah,
of all time. Hey, will you two men stop using my name, please?
Together.
Together as a unit. Cheers, J-Lo. So what is a survival tactic that metropolitan cities like Chicago and New York City taught you guys that you take with you everywhere? Now, they also have their own example here. So, mine is not responding to anyone too eager for my attention, and that is a very good one. That is a very good one. Jesus of Nazareth could be trying to sell me his mixtape, detailing how to get into heaven, and I'd probably raise the volume on my headphones before I react. I've gotten caught in too many conversation scams while living here, especially because I have an English accent, so they think I'm a tourist. And then the next part's just a compliment. Do you want me to read that? Just kind of for us.
I guess so, to get the full
All right.
experience.
Because Raven wrote, this next part doesn't have to be read, but I don't really care. I just wanted to show appreciation for you guys. And I'm like, well, I'm a big enough narcissist to make them listen to it. Just wanted to take a moment to say I genuinely appreciate the work you guys do. I subscribe to the Patreon and listen weekly because of the genuine authenticity you guys have just talking about life and Josh's addiction to living a cartoon lifestyle. I like the concept that you're addicted to it.
Yeah.
Like you can't get enough of it.
Like if I was just
I'm trying to just stay inside.
If I was at home reading a book and then I know where I'm like, nah, I need a fix.
I'm gonna go slip on some shit. Your shows help me through bad times and make the good times even better. Just a reminder that what you do has a positive and powerful impact, and both of you are appreciated by myself and by many others. I wish you guys all the success and happiness you desire. Thank you so much,
Thank
Ray.
you so
We
much,
appreciate
Ray.
that.
Thank you.
Thank you. That is a great question, though. What is a survival tactic you take with you other places?
As far as Ray, I can't see you. Are you black?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is for us. So
I'll go.
I found that in the city, when you're walking the city, this is already piggybacking off what you do, but I found that there's a different type of interaction you're about to have by how many times the person trying to get your attention calls you brother. Okay? First brother is just another black guy, right? Hey, brother, need something. What's the time? Whatever, right? Hey, brother, that is a little bit more precarious. Like that one, you might want to just turn up the volume like you do. Hey, brother, that is where you run. That is... like, hey, brother is almost always drugs. That is something to be avoided. And then the other one I think I found is that you should always, like, turn your Wi-Fi off if you're underground, because when it's fighting to find a connection, it's draining your battery. And sometimes you'll take the train for 20 minutes and then walk up the stairs and be like, why do I have 20% less battery than when I left? And it's because of that.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like a real struggle.
I like a good practical one, you know? It's just a good, like, this
Yeah.
is, you know.
I felt like one to confirm what you're already
Yeah.
doing is good, and then one that's just like someone didn't tell me
One
for way
joke,
too
one
long.
real thing, yeah. One
Yeah.
for them, one for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
One for me that I actually just utilized recently. It goes with people talking to you too. That if someone comes up and is clearly like trying to fuck with you, like they ask you a question to like trap you into like an answer one way or the other because they're gonna roast you or something like that, is if you give the most confusing answer possible, they don't know what to do next. This happened to me recently. I was in New York with my friend who doesn't listen to the show, and or in New York, I just said. In Central Park, that one. I'm in New York now. God damn it. I live Midwest. And but we're sitting there and this group of young men walk by and one of them just looks at me and it's very clearly like he's setting me up to like dunk on me in front of his friends. Because he just goes like, hey, you guys like pussy? And it's how he said it and it very much had like everyone's like, what's he gonna say? And I just said, little bit. Which was great because then he went, and then all of his friends laughed at him because I didn't take the bait. And
Yeah.
I've used that. I use that in Chicago a lot too. Where people try to fuck with you, and then you just give them an answer, and they go, "I don't even, whatever," and then they just walk away. Then they're disappointed.
Yeah. I think the last one I'll impart to you is this is very specific of cities. This one is actually like just a Chicago, New York, probably Seattle and Portland have train system. Anywhere with a train system, if a train car is empty, leave it empty. Because there's a reason that in a city with millions of people, no one wants that car.
Especially here.
So sometimes it's poop. Sometimes it is poop.
Sometimes it's poop.
But every once in a while, it's a person. Every once in a while, it's a person so
and they
crazy.
are pooping.
Yeah. So crazy that everyone was like, I don't know if I need this in my life. And they decided to get off, and there wasn't time to warn you, so then you get on, and then the doors close, and for at least one stop, you're a hostage.
I'll do one more email and then we can get out of here because we're almost out of time. Let's real quick and just thank everybody for coming out tonight. Thank you guys
all
so much for hanging out with us.
This has been great.
Late on a Wednesday. So this one is from Anissa. I don't think they're here. This was just sent separately. You here? Yeah, I thought so. This is just this one caught my eye, and I thought this would be a good one to just read with the group here. So the title of this one just says, "I was reminded of my dead gerbil." Great title.
Know what we did.
I think it's a great start. If it's just our show, that would be a bummer.
Yeah.
That would be a real bummer.
That's what I was saying. I was like, oh man, does this just...
Listening to your show reminds me of the dying screams of a rodent. Anyway, now that I've bummed him out. Hey guys, I'm currently getting up to date on the podcast. I'm on episode 50, but with the way I've been listening, I'll likely be caught up quickly. Anyway, in that episode, Logan talked about his dead hamster found behind a fake fireplace after escaping, and Josh displayed ... a ton of displeasure. It reminds me of my two gerbils. To remind anybody who maybe either hasn't listened to that episode in a while or you haven't listened to it, we had a hamster and it escaped, and we had a fake fireplace where it was just a light bulb in fake plastic wood or whatever, and then we found the hamster when we smelled it. And just to word it quickly, but reminded me of my two gerbils. One of them was named Gino. Unfortunately, also great name for a gerbil.
Yeah.
Gino is a great gerbil name.
Yeah, any alliteration you can get with an animal is probably
Gino the
gonna
gerbil?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they both escaped one day, as small animals like that are to do, and for days we could not find Gino specifically. Well, my mother had a pallet bed at the time, and one pallet would lift slightly until you laid on it. Well, yep. Figured I'd pause, just let everyone catch up for a second. You may know where this goes, is what the email says. I was looking for Gino.
Wait, it would be amazing if in the email is also pause for groans.
I was looking for Gino still and sat on her bed. When I did, I heard squeak, crunch.
Pause for groans.
I knew what happened immediately and didn't have the heart to check. My poor mother had to retrieve Gino's crushed little body. Now, this next part is just a quick little aside. Not as traumatizing for me as watching my guinea pig run into a table leg and die. And that's all they gave us for that one. Which is clearly a much wilder story. That this guinea pig was just like, blah, 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 bam, nope. And like, that's... The guinea pig concussed itself to death.
The guinea pig did a full Fast and Furious on itself.
Sorry to tell you such awful, awful things, but I love this sentence. Sorry to tell you such awful, awful things, but if I have to suffer, so must everyone else. I love the show. You both are great.
I love that the origin story of that villain is that their guinea pig ran into a table leg and died. And then they were like, everyone in the world will feel this.
I must destroy all tables.
Oh, man. I cannot thank all of you enough for being here. This has been absolutely
Thank you
incredible.
guys so much.
Thank
so,
you all
so
for coming
much.
out. Thank you all for listening.
Make some noise for Nico White again. I know he's
Yeah.
not here, but go and make some noise for our guest.
Yeah. Thank you so much for Union Hall for having us
Yeah,
and
thank
everybody
you.
that set
Everyone
this
in
up.
the back, make a bunch of noise
Thank
for
you
everyone
so
who works
much.
at Union Hall. We were lucky to do it last year.